I was sort of passing through, it's the end of the night, and I've been comparing dials, and I said, hey, you know, maybe other people would like to see that. So this whole thing right now is because I not accidentally, I didn't expect to win this, and then I did. And I never expected to own one of these again. I'm pretty happy to have it. 6159 7010 Grandfather Tuna high beat 36,000 BPH. Titanium case. Ceramic coated shroud. Beautiful details like the underneath of the shroud here, how that's polished. It's just a gorgeous piece of design. So when they made this, they were very concerned about accuracy. They wanted to make it just, you know, because it was designed to be a dive instrument, so it had to be accurate. And one of the ways to do that is to bump the BPH to 36,000 high beat. And that's what they did here. It's one of these cool details is this handset. It's the only one that Seiko kind of did like this, where it's got this sort of strut that runs down the middle. It's cool. It's to stabilize the loom over that big size. I think this was the 70s. No, this, I'm not sure on the thing on that, but I actually think this one came, wait, of course it did. Sorry about that. This was the first time they cranked out something with this handset. And you'll notice they also, you know, have a crossbar there on that sweep. They never did this thing again. They changed to having just a single crossbar side to side, which honestly, frankly, I think looks better. The thing, this makes these hands look longer and thinner, but I think it also obscured maybe the glow, and they wanted to have larger real estate. I don't know, I'm guessing. Hey, look at that with this one, even this one. Look, you can see a little bit of that, a little bit of the tan on this one. What's the date on this one? May 1978. It's late. It's late for that, but it's definitely there. Isn't that pretty neat? It's cool. It's cool having these examples sitting around so I can talk with you people. What do we got here? Oh, this is the auto tuna. I happen to have two 7549s out, but this one's actually a 6319 with an added hacking lever. It's one of my super watches. Built this out of parts, all out of parts. No watches were harmed in the construction of this watch. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know, which handset do you prefer? I don't know, it's strange. I get a more like distant, machine-y feel from this one. It seems a little more sort of remote and not quite as friendly. This one seems quite cheerful. And it's one of the reasons, actually, a while ago I realized it was sort of this beautiful, sort of stealth reissue. And that this thing was really actually kind of like a tuna without a shroud. This is the SBDX001. And that's kind of actually what it is. Well, I mean, in terms of proportions, right? About the same height too. Yeah, this is like a shroudless tuna. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? This dial they chose is a mix of 6105 and 6159 and 7549 and all that stuff. Aren't they pretty? You see, this is one of the things about the SBDX001 is this was the one time, not the one time, this was the best example in my mind of Seiko sort of reimagining one of their original hits and kind of getting it right. I've always actually loved these. I don't know, and now that they've been off the market, and this is a really nice one. It's just it's perfect for what it is. And there's no other watch that looks like it. But there's that design styling note. So you got the big ring, and the top of the rotating ring is pretty fat. It's fatter on here, but both of them have this like deep well around this smaller dial, and it gives it that particular look. This is a great watch. Yeah, definitely lineage here, but they have these paddle markers. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but fan markers, paddle markers, something. I mean, the lineage is there, obviously. And now we come to this watch's direct replacement. So this is a 7549 7010. Like this is a 6159 7010. It refers to this 7010 refers to this case style, though they did make a 7019, but the only difference for that is that it was that was for the North American market. As I said before, except for this shroud, they're basically exactly the same. They're both titanium. This one got a titanium nitride plating, a scratch resistant, and it's quite durable. And it got a much more steady and reliable and accurate movement, the 7549, because their whole deal was they wanted this to be a working watch. And you can't 100% rely on mechanical. This is a lot simpler and a lot stronger, and so that's what they went with it. And it had the titanium nitride gave it this beautiful golden color. This is a gorgeous watch. These were hand loomed too. But as I said in my last video, these cases are the same. You could substitute them. I could Simpson and Samson these things and make any number of mixed up watches if I felt like it, because they all exchange. The only difference again is this. And what's interesting to me, for as imposing as a watch as this looks, just this little teeny tiny bit, having that up just changes the visual weight of the watch quite a lot. This is a beautiful watch. God, that's a beautiful watch. It's got so much life in it, and the handmade touches. You got this gorgeous, gorgeous yellow tan sand color, and it wears in lovely. But just the loom, that gorgeous hand loom. And this is the JDM. It has kanji English, and it does not say SQ. So just for fun, I actually put this on for just a little bit. I have to say, the original strap is actually growing on me. It doesn't, I mean, it could probably break at any second, but I don't really leave the house, so, but it really works, actually. There's something about it that I still haven't done anything to this. I don't know, there's something about it that just works. With the taper and sort of the shine of it, it minimizes the size of the watch head. I've noticed that to a degree that does do it. Like you can take a small watch and put like a fat strap on it and it kind of maximizes it. Or you can take a big watch and put a taper and you can get that too. So I'm gonna take this apart. I'm gonna make a video about it. My current inclination, because I've actually been liking the real toolish look of this. I mean, it just feels like it's supposed to be on there. And I like the way it looks. So my goal is to basically just clean. Service and all that. I am going to clean up the loom here. I can bring that back to white. Clean everything else. So that's my goal for part of tomorrow, Thanksgiving, and we'll certainly think about that. What a gorgeous, gorgeous watch. Isn't that something?